Here we have a problem that says solve 2/9 x minus 1/3 equals 1. Well, the fractions here are usually, again, what bother most of us, and if we don't want to work with the fractions, we can always get rid of it. So again, just like I did in the last example, I'm going to rewrite my problem, but I'm leaving a little bit of space between each one of those terms. And the reason I'm doing that is so that I can multiply through by the common denominator, and I can show that. So between the 9 and the 3, the common denominator, which is the same thing as saying the least common multiple, would be 9. So we're going to multiply every single term by 9. Now looking at it one term at a time, this 9 times 2/9 x, our 9's will cancel and we have left 2x. In the next term, 3 will go into 9 3 times, and 3 times a -1 is -3, equals 9 times 1 is 9. Now this looks much better to work with. So now we're going to do the opposite of subtract 3, which would be to add 3 to both sides. That cancels out our 3. And now we have 2x equals 9 plus 3 is 12. We still don't have x alone though. We have to divide both sides by 2. And now the answer is x equals 6. This example has decimals in it, and again, most people don't like working with decimals or fractions. So we're going to show you, now if you're okay with working with decimals, you certainly can. It's not a problem at all. But if you don't like it, or if you don't have a calculator, then a lot of times it's good to get rid of those decimals and just work with the whole numbers. Before I do anything though, I'm going to take care of this multiplication. So I'm going to have 0.50x plus 0.15 times 70 is 10.5 equals 35.5. Now, do you notice that, well, first of all, 0.50x, we could just get rid of that 0 because 0.5 is the exact same thing as saying 0.50x. So I want to make sure and point that out. Those are the exact same thing. Now each one of these decimals, this is one decimal place for each one of these. So one decimal place, if you'll remember your place values, is a tenth. So if I multiply each one of those terms by 10, then 10 times 0.5, all we have to do then is move our decimal over one place. So 10 times 0.5x is 5x, and then 10 times 10.5 would be 105, and then 10 times 35.5 would be 355. It's just a matter then of moving the decimal over. Now we don't have decimals, we can just work with our whole numbers. So let's get rid of this 105 by subtracting 105 from both sides. Now we still have 5x equals 355 minus 105 is 250. And we want x alone, so let's divide both sides by 5 so that we will have x equals 50.